Hey everybody, this is Brett Thompson with the Thompson Law Group. We're going to do another installment of the Teaching Tuesday, the Closing Ninja Classroom. So I got a lot of requests in regards to the 1031 exchange. What is it? How does it work? So this is going to be a brief summary structurally on how it works. If you want to deep dive into the details, I will refer you to your CPA. Essentially, the 1031 exchange is a special carve-out in the federal tax code that allows investors, it can be personal property and real estate, but in the context of what I'm talking about, it's just real estate. It allows investors to exchange property without incurring any capital gains taxes or deferred depreciation taxes. So, how does it work? It's got to be an investor, all right? So it can't be your home, a second home. It can't be used for personal purposes. It's got to be investment property. It's got to be held as an investment property. So the classic example would be a commercial rental property, or it could be a residential rental property. So you've got the investor. The investor wants to sell one investment property, and he wants to roll the money over from that sale and invest in another replacement investment property. So what happens is, when the investor contracts for the sale of his investment property, there will be additional documents incorporated with the contract, which is going to disclose that this transaction is going to be subject to a 1031 exchange. We have to have a middleman. That's called a qualified intermediary, or a 1031 exchange intermediary. They're going to hold the money, so the investor never actually sees the money. So the investor is going to assign their rights to the net proceeds of the sale to the middleman, the intermediary. So the sale on this property, happens. The money gets transferred to and paid over to the middleman. So the investor does not see the money. From that point, the investor has 45 days in order to identify a replacement property, so the money can roll over and fund the replacement property. The investor also has 180 days to close on that replacement property closing. So we have sold the investment property. The money has been sent to the intermediary. Once we've established within 45 days our replacement property, that has to close within 180 days. On this closing, which is also going to have documents disclosing that this is subject to a 1031 exchange, at closing, the middleman, which is the qualified intermediary, they will send the money to the title company or law firm conducting the closings, and so the proceeds flow like this. So the investor never sees the money, and therefore it's not a taxable event, or it's deferred, all right? So the capital gains are deferred, and the investor doesn't have to pay it right away. So that's a quick summary, or a nutshell, if you will, of how the 1031 exchange works. It's got to be investment property. There are some essential time frames here, 45 days and 180 days. The money goes to the middleman, and then the middleman pays for the replacement property. Last thing is, the replacement property has got to be of equal value of the property that was sold or more, okay? And you can, the replacement properties can be up to 3 properties. To get more technical, if you want more than 3 properties, 4 or more, these replacement properties cannot exceed the value of this property by 200%. So hopefully that kind of sheds a little light on how the 1031 exchange works. If you got any other questions or whatnot, feel free to email, make comments here, or give us a call at the office, 486-3333. Thank you.